Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Today I am here with a new topic and it is power sharing. Political Science Chapter 1. In this chapter we will read about power sharing among the different organs of a state in a country, and we have the examples of Belgium and Sri Lanka, what they or how they shared power. What problem did they face and different things about them. So let's start. First we have the example of Belgium. We have that Belgium is a small country which is very small uh, in Europe. It has less area than the state of Haryana. The countries sharing border with it are Netherlands, France, Germany and Luxembourg. And the composition of Belgium is given as 59% people of the country live in Flemish region who are speaking Dutch language. Okay, and other 40% people are living in Wallonia region who speaks French. Okay, and left is 1% who speak German. So from this information we have that there are three languages in the Belgium which people speak, but it is a very different composition as compared to the capital of the Belgium, and it is Brussels. In Brussels 80% people are French speaking and 20% people speak Dutch. So this composition is very different to the composition of the country. So this is the problem faced by Belgium. And the question raises is that toward the tension between French and Dutch communities. The social disparity led to tension, and social disparity is that the composition of Dutch speaking peoples in the country is more but in capital is less. Okay, this is the problem and vice versa with the French speaking peoples. Summary or conclusion came from this is that Dutch speaking people constituted majority in country but minority in capital. What was its result, or what the way they have taken to equally give the rights to all the language speaking persons or peoples of the country. They make the accommodation, or we can say changes in the constitution. They have changed certain elements of their constitution and introduced a model. There are certain points given in their model as their constitution prescribes that number of Dutch and French speaking people or ministers will be equal in central government. Okay, means the ratio of Dutch speaking and French speaking ministers in central government will be equal. Second is many powers of central government given to state government of two regions of country. Okay, state government is not the subordinate to central government now. Third element is Brussels have separate government in which both communities have equal representation. After this, a question raises why French speaking people accepted equal representation in Brussels? Because the Dutch speaking people in country accepted their representation equal in the central government which is ruling the country, not the capital. Next point is, apart from central and state government, there is third kind of government, which is community government. It belongs to one language community. It could be Dutch, French or German speaking. It is no matter where they are living. This government has power regarding cultural, educational and language related issues. So this is the way how they solve their problem. Okay. For this, the Brussels is chosen for the headquarters for European Union, for which many countries of Europe came together to form it. The next thing or next example came is the Sri Lanka. The composition of Sri Lanka is given that 74% of the peoples are Sinhala speakers and 18% are Tamil speakers. Okay. It is a island nation in Indian Ocean. Okay, it is few kilometers away from southern coast of Tamil Nadu of India. There are two subgroups of Tamils in Sri Lanka. There are Sri Lankan Tamils and Indian Tamils. Sri Lankan Tamils, they are of Sri Lanka. Their natives are Sri Lankans. They constitute 13% of population and concentrated in north and east of Sri Lanka. Okay. Indian Tamils are those whose forefathers came from India as plantation workers during colonial rule and settled in the country of Sri Lanka. Okay, they constitute 5% of population. There are about 7% Christians who are both Tamils and Sinhalas. And what the problem faced by Sri Lanka is majoritarianism. Means the major community rules the country by giving no right to the minority community. In 1956, Act was passed to recognize Sinhala as official language, disregarding Tamils. Government followed preferential policies, favored Sinhala applicants for university positions and government jobs. It can be said that the higher post jobs are only for Sinhala speakers, not for Tamil speakers. A new constitution stipulated that state that protect and promote Buddhism, which protect and promote Buddhism. New constitution formed. The struggle faced by Sri Lankan Tamils, they launched their parties and struggle for recognition of Tamil as official language. They demanded regional autonomy, equality to opportunity in securing education and jobs. But their demands are repeatedly denied. By 1980s, several political organizations formed demanding independent Tamil Elam. Elam stands for state. They are demanding their own state, different state in northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka. And this conflict between two communities led to the civil war, which ends in 2009. It results in killing of thousands of people of both communities, caused great impact to social, cultural and economic life. It is a terrible setback for all these. The next thing we have is the conclusion derived from two cases. What we have the conclusion from these two cases, what we understand from these two. We both have two examples that are democracies, but they deal with their problems differentially. Okay, in Belgium, leaders realize unity of country is possible only by respecting feelings and interests of both communities and regions. But on other hand, Sri Lanka shows that if majority community wants to force its dominance over others, refuse to share power, it can undermine unity of the country. This is completely different from each other. Okay, this can be said kind and rude solutions. The question arises why power sharing is desirable. There are two reasons. One is prudential and one is moral. Prudential, we can say, which have some benefits for the someone. And thus, it is given that power sharing is good because it helps to reduce possibility of conflict between social groups. The possibility of conflict will be less in it because the social conflict led to violence and political instability. Power sharing is good way to ensure stability of political order. This is the prudential reason. And the next moral reason is that power sharing is very spirit of democracy. A democratic rule involves sharing power with those affected by its exercise. Okay, means who are affected by democracy or power sharing. It gives the right to speak about it. Peoples who are affected have right to consult or know how they are to be governed. Okay, these are the two reasons, and second is moral, first is prudential. The next topic came the forms of power sharing. There are certain different forms of power sharing. First we have is among different organs of government, which is also known as horizontal distribution of power because it came in a horizontally way. And this power shared among different organs of government such as legislature, executive and judiciary. It is known for horizontal distribution because it allows different organs of government placed at same level to exercise powers. ठीक है? Also gives that they cannot interfere in each other's work, but they can check and balance the others. They can do a check on others. The next form came is a vertical distribution or vertical division of power. In this, power can be shared among governments at different levels. A general government for entire country is that we have central government or federal government for the entire country, or a regional government which we have as state governments. The this is known for a federal division which is which contains uh, which contains different levels of government for different places, higher, lower, lower and lower. Third form is power can be shared among different social groups such as religious or linguistic group. Its example is community government. It is the best example for this. Community government is of one language speaking peoples. ठीक है. Fourth is power sharing arrangements can also be seen in way of political parties, pressure groups and movements. By movements, people force the government to complete their demands, and pressure groups who pressure the government from outside to fulfill their demands. Okay, so this is the chapter. In this chapter we have read about power sharing. We have two examples of Belgium and Sri Lanka. What is the problem faced by both of the countries and how they solved it. Conclusion from the two cases, the reasons for the how power sharing is desirable, okay, and different forms of power sharing. So this is all for today. Thank you. I will meet you in our next video.